Majority of the time, people quit on their goals because they get overwhelmed by 10,000 things they will have to do in order to get to where they really want to go. The number of books they're going to have to read, the workshop they might have to attend, or things they might have to learn. Let's say your biggest goal is to lose the weight, then the sacrifices that you might have to make on the journey of a weight loss. But here's the bigger problem, guys. People try and see the entire staircase from the beginning. If they can't put together the entire puzzle together from the beginning, then the usual tendency is to quit on their goals. They go and try something easy. Yes, you have to keep your eyes on the prize, on the big vision that you're trying to bring into existence, that you're trying to bring into your reality, your big break. But one thing you need to understand is big breaks don't happen overnight. Every overnight success takes years of unrelenting practice, unlimited amount of sacrifices, and building that sweat equity by working insanely hard on their craft. So let me ask you, why majority of people quit on their big vision? Why do they fail to get any momentum? Because way too many people secretly wish if they could skip the steps and somehow get to the final destination without putting any real work. Everyone is looking for the magic pill. Understand? You achieved your goals because you were able to transform yourself into a whole new different person, a completely different beast. A person with more refined skills. You were able to transform yourself into a person who can now perform and can produce results under extreme pressure. Winning is an accumulation of hundreds of small things done right on a regular basis for years. When you want to skip the steps, you don't acquire the skills and the know-how that you need to sustain your position at the top. So, in this video, I want to give you a couple of practical tips so you don't get overwhelmed during this process of achieving your big vision. Number one is you need to boost your self-identity by focusing on getting the micro wins. Whenever you set goals, it doesn't matter big or small, it requires confidence. And confidence comes from taking massive actions on a consistent basis. Understand this, every time you take actions towards achieving your goals and targets, big or small, it's building your self-identity. When you say to yourself that you are going to do something, but then you don't do that, it is building your self-identity. What do I mean by that? When you say no to something that you know in your heart that must be done, you are basically building a self-image of a person who is great at making plans but is extremely weak at execution. When you set that alarm for 5 a.m. the night before, there was a specific reason to it, an advantage you were going to get when you were going to get up at 5 a.m. But then the alarm went off and you bailed. You didn't keep your word. The first thing that you did, even before you woke up, is giving up on your own words. You are building a self-identity of a person who doesn't value his own words. You are subconsciously telling yourself a story that you are weak at executing a plan. When you promise yourself that you were going to show up early for work, but again, then you did not. You promise that you are going to drink less, but then you let yourself lose when you're with friends, or let's say that you made a promise to yourself that you're going to work out 4 to 5 times a week and watch what you eat during the weekdays, but again you did not. You know what you need to do, but again you convince yourself not to follow through so you can avoid the pain of making these little sacrifices. You might think this is harmless, but this tiny moments of inaction and indecisiveness adds up big time and affects your confidence and the momentum. You don't achieve greatness or even gain the confidence to achieve great things in your life by doing one big thing every decade, by doing one big thing every 5 years or 10 years. It is rather hundreds and thousands of small things which were done right on a daily basis for years that build up the momentum and later leads to that one big break that will change the course of your life. When you follow through on your daily action plan and start taking off those small but important things off your list, you slowly start seeing yourself as someone who is capable and disciplined in keeping his own words. You now feel confident to dream big without putting any imaginary barriers or limitations on yourself. But most importantly, you now have the faith and the confidence in your ability to take necessary steps to build that momentum which gets you closer to your final destination. Your daily small wins set you up for the big win that will later launch you into your next level. Calling clients every day, even if you don't feel like creating content every day, even if you don't feel like creative, waking up at a specific time every day, keep making healthy eating choices consistently every day. When you stay truthful to these small daily commitments, you gain confidence that later again becomes the catalyst for big things in your life. Number two, stop beating yourself up. Now, I had to work really hard to get this one right. Every time I was unable to follow through on my actions, every time I failed or didn't achieve my goals, I had the tendency to beat myself up, blame myself for all the reasons it didn't work out. I would get angry, frustrated. I would just become really inflexible with my approach. Beating yourself up for your past mistake is counterproductive. You might think this will allow you not to repeat the same mistake again, but again, that's not the case. Yes, you do want to address that, think about it, and find out the causes and reasons why something didn't work out. Yes, you do want to take the entire ownership for all your mistakes, own up to your reality, but you don't want to stay there permanently. Acknowledge what has happened, own up to it if you were responsible for it. But then spend rest of your time after that looking for the solution. Let's say you lost a major client. Don't be in denial. Acknowledge that, accept it, figure out what really happened, but then quickly move on. Don't spend even a minute of your time staying at that unproductive mental space. Just understand this, guys. When you're constantly beating yourself up and dwelling deeper into self-pity, your entire focus is on the problem, not the solution. And whatever you focus on expands. So you focus on the problems will multiply in your life. But the moment you forgive yourself for your mistakes, your focus shifts. You're now back on the solution. Understand this. You are going to make mistakes. You will fail your way to the top. You cannot avoid this. Not every piece of work that you produce and create is going to be a masterpiece. You will have to take your share of denials and rejections. Beating yourself up on every missed opportunity, every rejection will mentally exhaust you and will weigh you down. So learn to forgive yourself quickly so you can accelerate your way to the top. Hope this is helpful.